Hi guys, this is Max. Welcome to my channel. Today we have another video of back and leg massage. We're gonna work on a sideline position and we're gonna start our massage warming up the tissue with some shea butter. Shea butter that I really like from Ghana and give me the possibility to go deep into the structure without being too oily. And my client love it, love the smell of it. And we're gonna work on the trap that is pretty tense all the time because of the forward head posture, because the way we sit at the table, even right now, probably when you're watching this video, if you have gravity and if you are on this planet, you probably have your head that is pulling this muscle into tension, and that's why this technique help out to get rid of it, to get rid of that tension. You don't want to go too strong, you want to go slow. If you go too strong and fast, you're gonna create what is called jump sign, and a fat that is the opposite of what you want, that is releasing the muscle. Then you're gonna work on the rhomboid muscle that is involved in retraction of the scapula. You're gonna go deeper under the scapula. That's where the muscle attach. Some work on the rotator cuff, some work on the middle trap, and then some mobilization of the scapula with this technique from Thai massage, going under, as I was saying, into the rhomboid, following the longitudinal position of the fiber. And then you can do some Syriacs in the cross direction of the fiber. Then working on the splenioscapitis and some warming up of the rotator cuff, the teres minor, the infraspinatus. This is just a warm up, and then we're gonna move down into iliocostalis, into the QL, and we're gonna start from the lumbar and all the way up into the middle of the thoracic, all the way up cranially into the occipital ridge, where we have all these muscles that are really tight. Here is when the trap attach in the occipital ridge, and most of the time, if this muscle is tight, it can create headaches. We're working now with this active release technique into the infraspinatus. We want to move the fiber in the opposite direction of the rounded shoulder. You know, when you have rounded shoulder, this muscle tight in the direction where she's moving the fist, so you want to move it into the opposite direction, so that is you create space and you avoid shoulder impingement. Then we work on the latissimus dorsis, another muscle that is involved in the intra-rotation of the shoulder, and if it's tight with the pec minor can create around the shoulder, so we want to lengthen it with this technique. And then some work on the capsule itself, pushing down the humerus while we'll push up the arm. Some petrissage on the back, working on the lumbar, and some work on the iliac crest, on the ilium. Now we're covering the front of the clients. You want the client to be comfortable, you don't want to expose the client, so you use a towel, and in the same time you start working on the QL that has to be, most of the time, is really tight. And again, as on my video, a dog appear every time I do my video. I don't know what to do about it, but let's go back to the video. It's now we're pushing the QL in one direction while the hips go in the opposite direction. That allows us to really opening up the QL, and then you're gonna lengthen it with this technique. I really like this technique. Clients love this technique. You can add, if you want, some extending the legs and extending the arm in the same direction when I'm opening like an opening an orange after I cut it. And again, some slow work on the QL. And moving up into the rhomboid. I'm going back to the rhomboid. Why? Because let's say that the rhomboid was really tight, but it was. We're moving now back to the rhomboid after we did the QL work, because you need some time for the CNS, for the central nervous system, to release the tension after the hard work you did before. So most of the time, if you go back, the muscle is more relaxed than that how you left it before. So don't work for like an entire hour on the same muscle. Just work for a while, go back to the QL, and then go back again to the muscle you want to release, then work somewhere else and go back again. So this way you will find the right balance, and you will be able to release the muscle that you want to release. Some mobilization of the glenohumeral joint. This feels really good, really comfortable. And then again, working on a trap. Splenius capitis, trap, all there. And then we go back into the occipital ridge where the obliquus capitis is, where all these little muscle that maintain the horizontal of the occipital can get really tight, especially if you have a rotation of the skull. Rotation that can be caused by a rotation of the hips, a consequential rotation of the thorax, and another rotation of the neck. So you might have one of these occipital muscle really tight. Then some work on, you see the picture on the parietal muscle that are related to headache. And we go back down again into the lumbar. Really slow. This feels really good. In both directions, feels really good. We're gonna now concentrate on the sacrum. Sacrum, that is the origin of the piriform, like you see in the picture, and the dorsal foraminum can get really tense. Here we have the sacroiliac ligament, the iliolumbar ligament, the multifidus muscle. So it's always good to work. Some people have this sacrum really tight, some other don't have any pain there. Depends on the position the sacrum is, if it's in nutation, in contranutation, or if it's neutral, we don't have any pain. So yeah, as I will say, the sacrum is attached to the piriformis. So we're gonna work a little bit the glute medius and the piriformis in this position. Unfortunately, I can't show the work on the piriformis in this position because I will be censored. I will receive a demonetization of the video, so I can only show it from this angle and for just a little bit. So we're gonna go back to working on the foot, on the plantar fascia. That is really the plantar fascia. Most people have plantar fasciitis, and the cause of this is when the plantar fascia get really tight and the calf, gastrocnemius soleus get really tight. So it's important to release this muscle that has to bear overpronate or over supinated position of the foot, and they are the first muscle to resist this architectonical misfortune of the foot. So if the tripod of the foot is not aligned, this muscle will be for sure super tight. As I was saying before, I never found a calf that wasn't tight. So after I work on the calf, we work on the adductor and on the gracilis. In this position, you have access to all 3/4 of the muscle. You can work almost the entire leg in this position. And we work on the semitendinoso, semimembranoso with this spin and stretch all the way into ischial tuberosity. You can see how slow I go to go deeper, and then some stretch in what's this pretzel position. You can even get the arm and create a pretzel stretch. I really like stretching in this position. It can be really opening. You open in the chest, you open in the quad. Then some more work on the adductor. Right into the sacrotuberous ligament and ischial tuberosity. Some slow work on the hamstring. Then gracilis, adductor. Working on adductor again. So yeah, this position is amazing. You can even do some pin and stretch on adductor if you want. This position, you can even add some dynamic work on it all the way. Feels really good, and the client is pretty much comfortable. And then, of course, you have access to the glute maximus in the opposite glute. That is not what I'm working right now, but unfortunately I can show you. We are working on the glute medius on this glute. A glute medius that is always pretty tight. As I say, because the tripod of the foot is not perfect. And guys, if you like the video, subscribe. I come every week with new video. I hope to see you soon. Thank you very much.